Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and today I'm up with an AlinaCraft design team haul and project share. So I'm going to go straight in and show you what Alina sent to me. And first up, the bitty bits, because she has some wonderful little bits that you can put into shakers, and she sent me these, which are little orange carrots, which are absolutely awesome for Easter. They're great for dotting around sentiments as well as putting in shakers. This one for me personally is a little bit Halloween, so I'm going to save it for that one. This is a gorgeous one, fabulous to sprinkle on top of cupcake dies or to put in Easter shakers. And then this one, which is kind of, I don't know, very autumn, could be coffee related as well. And I'm trying to figure out what these are. I think they're little fish, so they're really sweet. And of course, shakery bits are always useful. Right, she also sent me a punch, which is a corner punch, and we're going to find out how this works now. I do have a corner punch, only one, and I've had it for absolutely years. So this has got a 10mm rounder, a 4mm and a 7mm. So I've got a piece of cardstock on hand, and I'm going to pop that in there. So that's given a nice curved edge. I hope my camera is clear. Let's try it in the 4. See, it's got a smaller rounded edge. I like this one. Which one was that? That was the 7. And now let's go for the 10. Make sure I got my paper in right. And that's a much bigger edge. So it works beautifully. But I think this is going to be on my desk and permanently be using 7. Oh, I don't know. Or the 10. Who knows? But it works nicely. So that is the corner rounder punch. Right, I'm going to get into the dies now and put that back in its packaging just for a minute. There we go. And I've got the shop front die. Now this is gorgeous because of course it doesn't have to be a shop front, it can just be a house front. This doesn't have to be an awning, this can be the roof of your house. So I am going to be up next week and I'm going to turn this one into a sort of pretty springtime house card, so looking forward to doing that. I was sent some stamps. These are gorgeous. Flip them over. These are very sort of like Moroccan vintage tiley, and I have used these today in my project. You get, how many is on there? You get 12 in total. If I pop those down, and I'll measure the size of each stamp so that you know it's a fraction over 1.5 inches square each stamp. So those are absolutely gorgeous. And of course, if you like your shrink plastic and you stamp one out onto your shrink plastic, punch a hole, colour in and then shrink, these would make awesome earrings or charms on bracelets. Right, next up I have a very sweet swan. I do love swan dies. This one comes with a crown. I've got some pretty flowers. As I say, I'm going to be up next week with these. I've got that lovely sort of lattice heart, perfect for Valentine's Day. I have these, which I know are the stamping dies that you can ink up and stamp. I actually just love to cut out metallic foils with them, and that's probably what I will do because they just make such a gorgeous emboss. So those are the fancy ovals. And then I got a bow, and I'm not entirely sure how this one goes. I think it's a butterfly bow. So I'll figure that one out and I'll use it on a card next week. It'll probably look really nice with the swan on a tag. And then I already showed you that one. And I also got these gorgeous flowers, which can be sunflowers, they can be daisies, they can be whatever flower you want it to be. I'm going to measure the biggest one because I've used it in my project today, and it's 3¼ inches on the largest one. And then you've got those lovely detailed centers. Right, so in my project today, really good. I've got my moussey stuff out again, and I used two different shades. I used a sort of like metallic black and that other one that I used on that poinsettia die just before Christmas. And I've forgotten what they're called. Gilding Polish, that's it. Had them for a long time. And do you know, when I was looking to use them, I also found this one that I'd bought as well. This one's a Deco Art Black Shimmer. So why on earth I bought two, you know, but that's what we crafters are like, aren't we? But I'm trying to use them all up, and I'm going to start using them for my steampunk dies. I've got a few steampunk dies, so I'm thinking rather than go out and buy the scratch board, I'm going to cut all of my pieces either in white or black and just use the polish over the tops and see how that looks. So I'm going to be using that on those. And also for my project today, I used a Sizzix 3D embossing folder because I just thought it tied in with those stamps. See? So there you go, you see, matchy matchy. And I also used some of my little Aliexpress, let's see if I can get in there, my little glass bubbles for the centre. Really love those. Glass caviar. I think they call these ones bubbles because there's all different sizes in there. Right, so this is what I made. I got totally carried away. And I was thinking sort of like Indian summer combination with Eastern. But there's that embossing folder in the background with my shimmery paste on. And I use my sparkle pens from Tuesday morning to make everything shimmery shiny. I use glossy accents. Let's see how close we can go in the centre there. And I use those bubbles, which on a black background look a bit sort of like abalone, don't they? Picking up different colours in the light. And I popped my glossy accents down there as well. And the two different shades of that gilding polish on that embossed cardstock. And that is the card that I made. But look at how dimensional that flower is. Isn't that gorgeous? Really, really pretty. As I said, you can do this flower as a sunflower. You can do it as trying to think of the name of those daisies. Are they Shasta daisies, which would come in all different colours from white through to pinks and purples, and just use your blending tool, and you can go sort of lighter out to darker or darker into lighter, or however it is you like to colour your flowers. But a really simple one to use, so I really enjoyed doing that. Right, so that's what I have for you today. I am going to be back next week with the rest of this AlinaCraft haul. I'm going to be using that. And tomorrow I'm up with an MX Art design team haul and project share. So some cuteness to finish the week. You have an absolutely awesome day. As usual, all links below. Bye.